In this tutorial, we'll take a look at rich design of catalog and campaign papers. Not two pages will be the same, and we will still use templates for both the item design and the individual pages. Most catalogs production has the focus on how to easy flow data into InDesign, not really prioritizing how the individual pages will look like.
The data structure, when the file is open in a spreadsheet like Numbers or Excel, is quite simple. We have the naming of the data column at the top and the data below. The first few columns are the ID fields, the barcode information and the image information. The ID field is very important if you later on want to update your design with new data. These yellow columns are price and price code information for several currencies. The green columns are the product description in Danish, German and English, and the blue columns contains generic information such as sizes, material and colors. We had a small issue with some of the fields. For instance, if you have two columns, you like to have front slash between those two, and it's the same with the material. It's very easy to do in a spreadsheet, but it's a difficult task to do if the data comes directly from a database. For that purpose, we have a styling file, which we will talk about in a second.
A styling file is a manipulation engine controlled by a small XML file. There are 16 different types of functions, and the results from one function can be used in another function.
The styling file you see here has only two if sentences. The file starts with the XML tag and then goes to the first process tag. This is an if statement, a logic function. If something is true, do this. If something is wrong, do that. Let's examine how this is structured. First, we'll have a process tag and then the process type. In this case is XIF, which means an if sentence. And we have the output field where we can give the new column a name for later use. And the last tag is the process input. This is where all the magic occurs. If color 2 is empty, use only color 1. Otherwise, use color 1 and a front slash and then color 2.
Now we want to set up the project. A project setting is simply a way to connect data, design, images, styling files, scripts and templates, all in one place for easy access the next time you want to create a catalog.
Let's create the new product. And select the type of data source we want to use for the project. In this case, a standard CSV file, also known as comma-separated file. We will load the data file and select the ID field so we later on can update the production, and select the list field for the record pop-up menu in Live Merge. Then we choose a folder for the item design, our smallest building block, and where the images are located. If your data has a full file path for your images, you don't need anything here. The styling file we just talked about a moment ago goes here, and a prescript file that will ease the automatic production with AutoCalc is selected here. We also choose where our template should be placed. This completes our project setup.
Create your InDesign template the way you normally do, with paragraph and character styles, colors and margins.
Our page should be 210 by 210 millimeters. We will have a margin of 9 inner and outer and 10 for the top and the bottom margins. The pages should be spreads.
Text, image and unsigned frames are building blocks for item designs. Use all the settings on each item that you normally would. No limits in number of frames, no limits on what setup you can do for each frame.
I'm just cheating a little by importing these elements to speed up the process. We will having design elements building on multiple layers with multiple languages and multiple prices. The item design will have a base design containing of 5 text frames, an image frame and a Cacidi barcode in the EAN13 type. The styling and text can be done using paragraph style or simple local styling. Doesn't really matter for now. The scaling of the image must be set in the frame settings panel. I will just nurse this design a little. We will now connect the design with the data simply by inserting merge markers in the text frames and add merge markers to the image and the barcodes.
I try to miss you lately, but you ain't giving me the time. Man, I went so crazy, trying to get up what was mine. And when the time runs out, you won't be sitting by my side. 'Cause I've been waiting for the sun to come, trying to get up what was mine, honey. There's a place that you wanna go. Won't you please, babe, tell me so. There's a place that you wanna go.
To test the design, step and repeat production can be done, or by using live merge. I will now create the 8 variation of our design while fast forwarding.
Should I stay or should I go? And the answer, baby, I'll be sure to let you know. 'Cause when the sun comes up, yeah, I won't be sitting by your side. 'Cause I've been waiting for the sun to come, trying to get you off my mind, honey. There's a place that you wanna go.
Each page in your catalog has different page layout. Using the page design function, you can decide exactly how a page should be built.
To create a page design is very easy. Just make sure the grid is set to your specs. In our case, we will start with the page design using the 3x3 grid. Now select each tile and you will set the specific item design for that tile and apply the item design by selecting the item design in the item design pop-up menu. We will now create all 14 variations of page design while fast forwarding.
Just end up begging on your knees. And now you try so to be complete. But everything I see is what you need. So let me spit it out. I will chain my soul and leave you in control. I won't save my soul and now you gotta go. I won't chain my soul and leave you in control.
It's possible to create a queue of page designs. If you know the flow of your pages in the catalog, which we often do when we only have a few pages like 12, 16 and maybe 24 pages.
Now select the PageQueing panel with button number 3 and create a new catalog in the pop-up menu. A small list of page design is created. Now select the tiles in the list one by one and choose the page design that you want to use on the specific page. In our case, we'll just create a few versions. Our catalog will later on be created using AutoCalc instead. But let's save the catalog and try to run the predefined catalog.
So hard, you know. So let me spit it out. I will chain my soul and leave you in control.
AutoCalc is a pagination engine built into Cacidi Extreme, helping us to use information in the data to lay out the catalog. There are 13 different calculation types that covers all sorts of catalogs, campaign papers, price lists, and even books. The information needed for a calculate type depends from type to type, so please check the manual for that.
If we look at the two columns, page number and page name, you can see we only have data in the page number column. So we know which page the design should go on, but we don't have any information about which page design should be used for that page. We'll need that information. We could of course enter the information manually, but that would be a tedious task. Instead, we'll use a script. To help us get the page name, we use a small JavaScript to count how many item designs there are on a given page and use this information in the page name column. The prescript function is performed between reading the data and producing the pages, and we selected the script in the project settings earlier on. This script is a part of the standard package and you can modify it to suit your needs.
Now we have completed the setup of everything. We have created the item designs, the page design, and tried PageQueing, and did everything needed for AutoCalc. Now let's create the catalog.
It's very easy to create even quite complex catalogs when just the setup is made previously. So next time you need to create a catalog, just open your template, choose the saved AutoCalc style and press one button, the AutoCalc button, and you're done.
This ended the demonstration of a rich catalog, where you have the full control over how each page is built. Thank you for now.